Again, let's not forget, Kaden kind of kept FPX in it on the first on train. So Kaden needs to deliver that again. So there's a lot of questions here for me. Tactically, I feel like FPX should be better, but we're going to see off the bat, what Cloud9's T side is going to look like. And for me, this T side is going to tell us everything we need to know about how this game is going to go. So we'll see. Oh, well, it's the fifth. I did it again, James.
It's the third map.
It's the third map. It's the third round. I'll get it. One of these days, I'll get it.
Map number 3.
One of these days, I'll get it. But we can see that it will be Cloud9 winning that knife round. And they are going to... It looks like they're going to stay on the T side.
So looking at the stats from the last 3 months...
They swapped.
Looking at the stats from the last 3 months, FunPlus are 36% on Inferno. So maybe in terms of nuts, she did mean an allergy. But we'll find out how it plays out almost immediately. In fact, right now. No P250 on Inferno. Closer quarters than some of the other maps, although there's some players still need to buy. Okay, we've got grenades on 2 players and Kevlar on the rest. Let's see what FPX have in store for their opponent. We've got 2 smokes for Cloud9 and 2 flashes. 2 smokes on the CT side of Inferno is curious, so I do wonder what they have in store. You can see they've put 4 players top mid Cloud9, so this is some kind of retake strategy they have. JT's the sacrificial lamb.
And so there is the spot, they got the information, and no one's moving. No one's moving, no one is moving. No one is rotating yet, James. They're still waiting top mid. JT, I suppose, only saw maybe 1, but there's the info for the rotation. JT trying to get a lucky shot through the smoke, but nothing will land. And his teammates can rotate through behind the safety of the T smoke.
So, in theory, they can... Okay, this is a banana smoke. JT has a smoke as well, but what is the plan with his one? I do wonder. Maybe it's for the bomb itself. That would be quite wild in a pissed round on the Inferno. So there's the first flash, and there's another one to come as well. But the first headshot will be delivered by FPX, and indeed it's JT to go down. Look at this. This retake is just not happening, is it? 4-man on the road, and that's too much for Cloud9 to deal with.
I do like the setup, though, from Cloud9. It was cool that they've had this, as you were like pointing out, like they have these smokes, they have these flashbangs. They're playing a B retake setup, whereby they have, if you're going to go A, they're going to crush you as you move through top mid. If you don't, they play out the retake with the set smokes. However, it didn't. This was not a good advertisement for that strat. It didn't work out very well, indeed.
Yeah. Intent is nice, and I suppose they can take that one away and learn from it. Last round was 4A, this time it's 4B, behind the sandbags and such. We can see that JT has the flashbang position. Can we go to JT? Okay, well, here comes that flashbang, and some of the CT is going to eat it as well. Some push beforehand, but it goes well for the most part. And Kaden will get traded as well by that 5-7. And Stavin and Snappy remain. Surely this ends in disaster. Stavin's got 3 HP. He will switch out for the Mac 10 because he's the expendable man now. He's got to go in first for his teammate to trade. There he goes, flying in. Snappy will deliver the first kill. Now Snappy's in a 1 versus 3 after taking that out. Taking some big damage, though, from the library position. This is going to be surely guaranteed to end in doom.
Yeah, he didn't want to smoke motor there because the pistols can just run straight through it. So he's going to try to defend with that smoke. And that's a nice first headshot. There's the reload. They're going to know exactly where he is. Oh, he does isolate the 1v1s, but MOTM picked up that AK. And the defuse will come through. At least he secured the bomb plant money. But that was a money pot flash. What a setup. What a swing from Cloud9 on top banana.
Yeah, I wanted to go to JT because he was the one holding the flashbang. So I just wanted to show people at home where you throw that pop flash from, which is basically generally lined up with an aerial from that coffin position. Very, very strong, and especially when your chips are down and you got no money, a pop flash play, a classic pop flash on banana can be very powerful. And indeed it was for Cloud9. It was straight back into things. Second round taken by force. That puts FPX on the pistols. They've got a reasonable level of grenades, an AK on Snappy, and Mac 10 was on Cadian, but weapons are being switched around as we can see. MOTM with some crowd control. Molotov down mid. And then the HE's down banana, trying to funnel FPX to their doom. There's fire everywhere.
It's a good headshot found onto Sonic, though. So the defense of banana, the banana control will be won by FPX. And what they decide to do with it, though, is it looks like they're just going to go straight for it. No delay. A rotation has come through in Floppy, but he can't really do much here just yet. He's the rotating reconstruction. JT's alone on the side. There's Floppy. Actually, no smoke on Coffins. A late smoke means Floppy's doing massive damage, and now JT's going for the swing to support. Oh, Snappy with a huge whiff there. JT, oh my god, he got 4 kills there, and they didn't have the smoke on Coffins, James, ready in time.
He is ready, JT. Absolutely. Mr. Deadpan. Looks like he would eat your hamster. 2-1 now for Cloud9. That looks really dangerous for them with the swarm, especially when players get into that pull position, because it's essentially a headshot angle, so it's really difficult. 2-1 for Cloud9.
Nice! There he is. He's awoken.
Indeed he has. He looks ready. And now things are really bad for FPX, but again, it is early. Snappy taking some shots, not finding much of anything. Rabid aggression from Sonic. Just going for it. Don't want to go too crazy though with 4 players alive. He has made things unnecessarily awkward for himself there.
Yeah. I think that's a great way to put it.
Because you don't know if anybody's around the corner on T-Ram, so I think as the rotating B players, with four alive, you need to be careful. So I don't think you can really afford to lose a player hunting for frags in this position when there are 4 ecoing players alive. It's just don't need to do it.
A little bit worried for FPX given what I've seen so far on Inferno and knowing how confident, like it's perhaps maybe one of the most confident maps at Cloud9. One of their most played maps.
Big numbers on this map.
Oh, the deletion! Oh my god. That was pretty despicable. That was so clean.
JT's peaking on the final map of the series, the most comfortable map. The Cloud9 slippers are on.
That's like when you use that background eraser tool in Photoshop, James. You press that one button, the whole background's gone. Just everyone's deleted. It's so beautiful.
That's the nerdiest analogy.
I know.
I wouldn't expect anything.
Nerds
I wouldn't expect anything less from you.
Either way, Stavin, he could get himself some additional damage if he's going to anticipate the positions well, but he guesses incorrectly, and MTM will finish him off. So 3-1, and it looks really like the thing that worries me here, James, is that the Cloud9 players, push come to shove, anchoring the sites, are hitting their shots.
JT's ready.
He's very ready, yeah.
Cloud9 89% on Inferno with 9 maps played. 5 AKs are out for FunPlus Phoenix. It's been 3 rounds in a row for Cloud9. They'll look to change that in round number 5. Double AWPs already for Cloud9. Early AWPs. Sonic towards the B bomb site. OC in short. Or lane, as they say in North America. It's a real notable difference in the late round as well when you have a sniper on lane as opposed to long. In terms of the re-peaks later on once top mid has been taken. Oh dear, Snappy looking for a 180 transfer. You've got to respect it. He gets there eventually, and the smoke is on Moto already. How do Cloud9 respond?
Yeah, I don't know that they can do anything about this. There's 3 smokes remaining, so the Moto smoke is going to be there permanently in this round. And that's just impossible to retake. So that's how it goes though on Inferno. If you lose one of the 2 sites, you lose your 2 players on one of the 2 sites immediately, the round is usually just over because look at these, these post-mod setups are so strong, especially this early when there's so many smokes left. So there we go. FPX are going to get themselves on the board with a win in the buy rounds, and Cloud9 going to save some money. The Cloud9's money is not amazing just yet. So this is a much-needed save.
Yeah, definitely. A very quick decision from them as well, which is good to see. No messing about, no losing an extra player for little reason. Out of there. So FPX, they break the streak at the very least, and they need to find some momentum of their own now. That was a nice entry from Snappy. Style points attempted with the 180, but he did eventually take out OC. Well-timed Moto smoke as well. Made it as hard as possible for Cloud9 to respond. Stavin makes his way towards second mid. Let's see if he goes for the Molotov into the window. Not just yet. So there's a jump throw from under the bridge, basically, which gets the molly in the window as fast as possible. Not attempted on this occasion, and we can see there's actually creep in boiler now. 3 players in the apartments for Cloud9, so they've definitely got something planned. There's a tag through the wall. Plenty of aggression to be had here from Cloud9.
Very dangerous stuff, though. The walls are paper thin in the apartment, so it can be very unfavorable for the CTs, but Cloud9 found a way to make it work for themselves. And MOTM, he's going out there again. I can't believe he's so brazenly aggressive in that position with the 5v4 already. Sonic is going to make it good once again. And is he going to get the flick shot here? Oh, he misses the flick. It's a difficult one. You can see that the way that you jump crouch onto your teammate's head. Very important.
Well, he's dropped the bomb as well. That's so much information. Only sees one player. Can see Floppy's looking for a lurker, but the lurk, well, might turn into information for a rotation. That is quite the check of the bomb site there. If somebody was there, I can't imagine he would have even fired a shot. 3 versus 2. Floppy's been smoked off now. Cloud9 are on the way. They're not 100% sure, but they're getting more sure as time ticks on. OC's close. All the CTs are close. They've got maximum time to deal with this. There are no more smokes here for FPX, but there's plenty of grenades for Cloud9. Orop's on fire, and now he's dead. Stavin 1 versus 3. They're charging through the smoke. He's in the pit. He's got so much to do. He can make it expensive, but maybe at this point it'll be a bonus to win the round. He'll do neither. Cloud9 back to winning ways.
It's a good retake. It was a really awkward spot because you throw that motor smoke, it's the only smoke, and by the time the bomb gets there, the smoke's already going away. So it's just such a difficult spot. It's smart from Floppy not to try to make a solo play there. And JT's really, really popping off right now. He's 10 for 3 at the moment. Having a great game thus far, although it is early days. 4-2, Cloud9 looking to secure their economy, now moving forwards on the CT side.
It almost looks like Russian, their name, in the reflection on the floor, on the stage. Cloud9. So we seem to be heavy on bomb plants so far in this game. See if that continues. Some of the games have been like that. 3 AWPs, all the scopes in the world. We've got 7 scopes on deck. Because the Krieg party is here, and it's in full swing. 4 players starting on A for Cloud9. Oh, it's the fast boost for the AWP to look down. It's the Guardian special. We used to do this with FaZe Clan. Maybe we'll see it on Dig later on. Who knows?
Oh! Wow, he gets a catch. That's beautiful. It's a problem, though, for FPX, because they're going to have to commit. They're going to, at this point, they kind of, I think they're committed to be, unless they want to rotate and just try to take top mid, but with already just being down to 4 players, I don't think it's worth it. So we'll see, Stavin trying to create pressure and lurk towards his position. Use the smoke on Arch to try to, take away some vision. The problem is, though, Cloud9 still have full vision on top mid, so they're going to know that the B play is coming. Oh, there's a Floppy just peeked top mid, so he all the way down, so he knows that mid's completely clear, and he's already rotating. They know what's up.
Floppy has the flash as well for the pull position if it's necessary. Can be a really strong flash, but he's actually rotated close. He's going to go through the smoke. He loves it. I don't even know what happened just there. He was in the smoke the entire time. There will be an exchange of fire, and now the bomb is heading away with Cadian. The rotation is coming in. They're leaving the A bomb site, but they've realized, hold on, there's no more sound. What's going on? MOTM going back towards A, and he will raise the alarm soon once he hears these sound cues. Smoking the apartments off, so FPX know there are still players here. Nicely done so far. He sees the bomb. Now he knows he's got to buy time. Great bounce with the molly off of the barrel. He's being flanked from Arch as well. Eventually, Cadian's going to have to do a 180, and surely it'll come at the wrong time. No, it won't. He gets OC, and off he goes. MOTM still delivering. He's bought so much time for his teammates. S-Tag has to commit to this bomb plant.
Sarah Waldy can clutch this. There goes JT. S-Tag, he can't finish it off. Sonic will take him down. And you're absolutely right, James. MOTM. Oh my God, he delayed so long by himself. I think he heard the footsteps top mid just in the nick of time to have the right crosshair placement, takes down the first player, prioritizes the Molotov, the incendiary to try to delay more. You see it here. Perfect crosshair placement. There goes the molly. Did just enough. And also this elevated position that he had to take down Cadian was also really smart. You can really see that the Cloud9 players are a lot more comfortable on this map. I feel like just every one of them.
Maybe there was a gamble to be had where they put their best map as the 3rd map, rather than picking it immediately as a safe pick. Again, sometimes you're going to pick into a map where your historical results are not great because you've been practicing it, so you'll change those stats. And they slightly have. with their win on Train. So far, so good for Cloud9. A flashbang play, a balcony burst from FunPlus Phoenix, but it being dealt with by the likes of Sonic and MOTM. Plenty of cover for MOTM. He'll put the Molotov up, which might help him reload. Floppy's here as well. Risky to peek Boiler. Spots the bomb exiting. You can see the rotation on the radar. Floppy has the cross now. That bridge is going to be the bridge of death. The bursts are glorious. And now Borup with the bomb. What else can he do, really, but swing? And he'll be taken out. He'll be victimized and beaten down by Cloud9. 6-2.
I really like watching Floppy's POV because he's got really great crosshair placement and his aim is just so crispy. It's actually really satisfying to watch. And 6-2 is the scoreline. Cloud9 looking really resilient, I have to say, because it's not as though FPX haven't put them in some awkward positions. They certainly have. But I think one big thing here as well is that FPX have been unable to really run their run defaults. They haven't really been able. There's not been a single round where they've taken banana control and top mid control away from Cloud9, effectively putting Cloud9 in the dark information-wise. That's not happened yet. A lot of these rounds, FPX are kind of having to make a call, because they've lost a player or because whatever the context might be. But it feels like they don't get to run their game just yet.
In recent matches, Heroic have lost to Copenhagen Flames. I had to think about that one, so I messed it up again. Heretics, Mad Lions, Virtus Pro. Some in the minor qualifier. So again, in terms of form, it's been better. Cadian getting rid of the flames near him before more utility harassment comes through, and it does, but he's beyond that position now. 3-2 set up for Cloud9 at the minute 30 mark. JT with a cheeky peek through the smoke. Got a fade away from his teammate as well. Very nice work. So there's no answer to be had there from FPX. Nice two-man setup from Cloud9.
The only plus, though, is that does give FPX banana control. And if they go take top mid now, that's the situation I was looking for. Like, you've got control of both spots. They don't leave anyone top banana to give themselves options to force CTs back and then really keep them in a position where they don't know what's going on. Because this is an awkward spot for Cloud9, but they are playing really far back. So this is one way to try to deal with this. And maybe it works out. We'll get that lurk smoke on the balcony there. Smoke starting to come in, starting to feel a little bit pressured here. MOTM trying to take a sneaky position under the balcony. This was actually a great spot for MOTM. He gets 2 with the help. Actually, it's OC that gets the 2 and MOTM with the 1. And FPX, I thought they were looking good into this push, but they haven't got a single kill.
What does Snappy even do now? He's got $0, so it probably makes sense to try and do some damage and die on his sword, keep the money together. 20 seconds. JT shows an elbow. And now all the information is known. Ding dong from JT. 5 players alive for Cloud9. Going from strength to strength on Inferno. JT, apparently the god of war, just growing as the attrition continues. Growing in power. 4 rounds in a row for Cloud9. FPS seems to have lost the keys to the door. Nice work from OC on the site. I was wondering if he was going to start moving up lane again with the AWP, as I mentioned earlier, but there was some utility here and there which forced him back to the site, but maybe that'll come in later on. We've got a tactical timeout from FPX to try and figure out how they find a way in once again. 3,500 average for them now, so they're not going to be buying too much. As I say that, of course, an AK-47 comes out. So it may be a hero rifle with a bunch of grenades and pistols. S-Tag's bought dual Berettas, which is curious.
Hey man, don't knock the dualies. You must respect them.
And into game.
We'll see what he can do with them. I actually have to say, there should be no respect for dualies. They suck. Regardless, we'll see if there's any love to be
out of opinion.
Yeah, and I can't lie to the audience, James. Just cannot lie. They suck, no matter what. So they will be pushed out of banana, and the only other place they can go is towards top mids. Rotations coming through, and doesn't look like there's much trouble here for Cloud9. TM's been rock solid, I have to say, towards this A site.
Let's tag with the worst hand in poker, 2 for 7, make it 8. He did manage to ring the bell there with the dual elites, dual brothers, but it didn't do much of anything. Borup now creeping in the smoke with a P250. Could he get a sneaky plant in? It's unlikely, isn't it? Comes out the smoke again. He has no idea someone's behind him. That's OC. 8-2 now for Cloud9. That was a nice round for them. That makes it 5 rounds in a row. And it makes it 8 rounds from the previous 9. So they are dominating the map at present.
Oh yeah, the way this is going, I would be surprised if FPX, finished this map with more than 6 or 7 rounds, because Cloud9 are actually dominating them on the CT side. There's no clue at all that this will stop. FPX has been unable to run any defaults without losing too much. And when push comes to shove, Cloud9 have to anchor a bomb site. They've been incredibly successful every time. Look, working on that top and under control. There's a swing. JT, they're going aggressive. This could be the chance, though. That's a huge chance.
That's the round. That's the round over.
Yeah. More than a chance.
The round is done.
Cloud9's aggression didn't pan out for them at all. So.
Ooh, this could get expensive all of a sudden if they go beyond this point. That's it, man. This is all over. Do you want to take that fight? I'm not so sure. Headshot position. Don't make it too expensive. There are still 4 more rounds to fight for. This CT money can disappear. There's plenty of time for that. Snappy just being teased. Now, surely Floppy should peek from the balcony to help his teammate out, but maybe he's just considered him dead. And he's left him to it. MOTM with 5 HP now. Just fighting for survival. Down he goes. Again, they've got the money to withstand this now, but FPX, this gives them a window of opportunity to get a reasonable score in this half. As bad as it looks at the beginning, it might not finish that way.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those rounds, though, where like this does happen, like maybe once or twice, a T side where you'll just get the 2 instant kills on Banana, and then boom, you've won the round. And again, it still doesn't answer the what I was talking about, where when are we going to see FPX actually being able to run either a default or a strategy that's a bit more elaborate that they can find consistency with to win rounds? Because that's not going to happen for them every round. It may not happen for them again in this half. We'll have to see. Ooh, Cloud9 sending 3 Banana. They want to take Banana control a bit more seriously here, but they may be in for some trouble because this is like a fast timing attack towards A, which is the direct counter to what they're doing on the CT side here.
OC forced away, so much position for Cloud9. We're going to need an exceptional performance from the remaining player on A if they have to do something here. It is MOTM alone. He finds one, looking for trade fragments, trying to avoid the spray, trying to buy time as well for the rotation. Above his head, maybe on his head. How is that happening? They know where he is. Snappy seems to have no idea. There's a communication there. MOTM still alive and still cutting people to pieces. I don't understand how he got so much out of that.
Okay. Cloud9 should never be winning this round. So this is like one of those spots where it's like I refer to like a build order loss where both teams run an opening and you have an opening for Cloud9 where most of their players are towards the B bomb site at the beginning of the round. Before you can react, the other team already has 5 players on your bomb site. You shouldn't lose that round.
That's how you play, bitch! Woo! Let's go, yeah. Power buff. Hey, man, no.
See, they're just having too much fun now, James. They're having too much fun.
Their comments are the same as ours, I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more expressive than that. For that to happen, where is the psyche threat to FPX now? Now Cloud9 are taking liberties. Floppy's just in the middle of nowhere, and he's able to get away with it as well. He's able to escape. Cloud9 first still on the slippers, now they're on the segways, just rolling around, doing whatever they want. With no regulations. Floppy having another look big, flashbang in mid, and it's just a shooting gallery. FPX being turned into clay pigeons in round 13.
And, FPX are kind of allowing Cloud9 to have so many players towards A as well, because they didn't really go for too much pressure on Banana. Like 2 smokes were thrown around Banana by half wall, that's kind of it. So, again, now what do you find yourself? Like, you have absolutely no map control. They have nothing. They don't have Banana or top mid right now. They're just sitting around with 3 players in the middle of the map. Cloud9 have top mid's vision. They've got Banana vision. So Cloud9 have all the info right now. And they've now got a 5v1.
Out of steam and maybe out of ideas on this T side. There was a small window of opportunity, but Cloud9 bricked it up. 10 rounds now to the 3 of FPX. Again, looks like the gamble's paying off for Cloud9. Their best map, the last map, and they're showing us why it's their best map at the moment.
Yeah.
JT 16 for 5 came into this map with a vengeance in his eyes and definitely delivered that on the B bomb site multiple rounds, and it has continued here for Cloud9 across the board. Area control with the Molotovs. There'll be an exchange, incendiaries and Molotovs from either side. Sonic announcing some warnings. Let's not get too excited though. But how do FPX get back into this? They've got 2 more rounds to fight for. 5 rounds would be something on this T side. Currently they have control of Banana. After the exchange of grenades, they've forced Cloud9 away.
Yeah, Cloud9 have used all their nades on Banana as well. So this is something that FPX need to know, because when they take top mid, if they would have just left someone in Banana, they know there's no nades on Banana now, like on B, sorry. And so they would give themselves that option to go back. That's always a huge plus. But they're going to go and commit towards this A bomb site now, after using a lot of utility towards B. And will it work out this time? There's so many players in balcony. It's very worrying, I have to say.
Are these the Cloud9 grenades on Cloud9? Running out with a pop flash, looks like it is. And it's taken the map away, thank you. Floppy's been taken out, MOTM on the site itself. They're swarming the T's, but they still need to get through this choke point. And OC has an angle, but he's dropped off. MOTM falling in the flames now, dying a hero maybe. 4 versus 3, made 3 on 3 with OC creating some space for himself. He's in the red, but he's not dead. JT's been taken out. OC still on the site for the time being. Bomb still needs to get planted. Sonic sees ahead, but he can't do anything about it. OC is still alive on the site. OC and Sonic still delivering the kills, and Bob's just wondering what the hell's going on. He's gone through the smoke. OC with a no-scope!
Oh,
he's God. Invincible. He's got the cheats on.
What? Oh my God. I don't understand any of what I just saw. That's so insane. There's so much to break down here, James, in terms of like where the failures are.
God mode activate.
Because obviously, like, this is some really sick stuff from OC. You've got to move around the site like this when he actually has nowhere to go, and to get so much damage as well is just amazing play. But at the same time, FPX are like creating these opportunities for the opposing team, and there's a lot lacking there for them. And now we're going to get super aggression down middle. They love it. Get Floppy out there. He is an absolute machine. Put him in a position to succeed, and he will. 3 quick kills in quick succession in middle, and that might just kill this half dead for FPX, because they've got almost nothing left. Only 2 players to go. Esatag and Snappy trying desperately to scramble to get some kind of position, but they're separated. They're isolated away from one another. And this is the bomb. Esatag has the bomb. If he dies, it's over.
Police brutality so far in this first half. Maybe there's a little more left. The people still trying to fight back though. Snappy taking MOTM out. Still a man advantage for the cops. JT along with 2 AWPs, one of which is OC in the arch position. Oh, that's a great quick scope from him, and the bomb has indeed been dropped down, leaving Snappy with all of 5 HP to do a lot. Waiting for a second peek. JT holding the off angle. He can swing on Sonic's contact here, who's down to the pit. Well, the Krieg is there, but the CZ is enough. 12-3, a wipeout in the first half. We'll see if FPX have anything left after the break. has been a very violent series from start to finish, really. Some great highlights on Train and some more on Inferno, but just low lights for FPX so far. They moved to the CT side with 3 rounds in the bag, and they did win the pistol. Let's see if they can win the second one. This is all important for them. Look at those odds. Absolutely disgusting. FunPlus Phoenix. Got to bring the pain now.
Yeah, they didn't have there's a lot of fundamentals of T-side Inferno missing from their game there, so I'm actually not too surprised that they got rinsed like this. They've got to do a lot more on their CT side. It's going to be tough though, because Cloud9 are actually really strong on the T side as well. And we're going to see exactly that, I'm sure, here as things kick off on the pistol. They move into that B site with great intent, and it is a retake set up effectively for FPX. They're going to let the bomb go down, and they've got that single smoke, and it's in the hands of Cadian, who is towards CT. Bart with a nice shot there. His attack doing what he can, but it's a 3v3. And that bomb is ticking away. Here come the CTs.
There were 2 USPs on the T side, but OC went back for a Glock again. Sonic delivering more and more kills. The numbers game abusing FPX from pillar to post. Just putting people through tables all over the map. 3 rounds away from a monstrous victory now, Cloud9. That was a must-win round for FPX. Do they go for the force buy? Seen some Deagles come out, a Scout and MP9. They are all in. All the chips are over the line. See if they've got anything left in the tank here. Again, their win percentages on Inferno were in the 30s. We can see some holes in the game. It's not too late to stop the sinking ship. No big connection there. Oh, MP9 not quite doing the job there. You believe in the fire rate, but MOTM was ready, as is Floppy. MOTM 14 for 8. We can see if his heat will continue on the T side. Very fast-moving, fast-developing round for Cloud9, as per usual in this series.
Changed everyone on Cloud9 as an amazing scoreline. It's actually really devastating. Oh man, MOTM will indeed keep fragging. Floppy's been put to a stop though. Is there a... Nope, there's no peek against Borp. They're going to just go for the safe bomb site, which makes sense. So I mean, I'm playing that HLTV fantasy thing, James, and I've got Floppy on my team, so I'm pretty happy about the damage he's been doing.
FPX have to save.
Yep.
They've got a Scout and a Mac 10 at least, but they have to save. Now, you got to run pretty far away from the on the A bomb site from the bomb. It's on B, so never mind. MOTM are thinking, if he had health, maybe he would hunt, but not really necessary at this juncture. They can be happy with what they have. With the default plant, when you leave Banana, you don't have to exit all the way down. Where MOTM is about now, you can actually just, if you've got the health, obviously, you can just stand there. Rather than risk CT with a sneaky angle trying to pick up a rifle. So let's see what they'll do. He's alive. There you go. There's some science for you. 14-3, Cloud9 now. So close. Spamming the bell. Just 2 rounds away now. It is night and day from the previous maps to this one. Only 1 team's turned up for Inferno.
It's kind of crazy too, because you can really tell just based off of the frags alone, like how devastating this has really been. FPX have not been getting kills. Floppy's 13 for 8, MOTM's 15 for 8, JT's 16 for 7, Sonic's 12 for 6, OC's 13 for 4. They all have like really crazy score lines, and so
it tends to happen when you win 12 or 15 rounds.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, there's a world where, a lot of those are clutch rounds, FPX are getting kills, doing damage, but actually they're just getting run over. And that's kind of my point here. They're just getting absolutely run over. Think of all the rounds as well where like MOTM or JT just anchors out of the A or the B bomb sites and just gets loads of multi-kills. It's just, it's kind of outrageous.
And we're off to the races once again. Now, FPX will keep the money together and they'll go for the greater comeback. Should they lose this round, they'll have a full buy in the next and they'll need to win all 12 rounds in a row. But there are no guarantees. There's no guarantee Cloud9 will win this round. We got a crab walk. Look at the flashbang. A flying Mac 10 as well. Only get the 1 kill. But it's fun to watch. JT sees some activity, top Banana. Doesn't want to get caught up by a pot flash play, so he falls back. has support now from OC, who will put a Molotov behind the sandbags. Borup taken out in apartments elsewhere. And FPX will commit to the A-bomb sites.
Yeah, I really liked what Cloud9 did here. We didn't see enough of this from FPX on the T side. With clearing apartments in a small group, clearing Banana in a small group, just taking it, step by step, using the utility, using your teammates, and just making things consistent. Now they've got so much map control. Obviously, okay, sure, FPX are on pistols and so on, but at the same time, this is an approach we're going to see in Cloud9's regular T side as well, buy versus buy. But the bombers left at the T steps. They could go to the T ramp and they could go pick it up now. Rotate the players either from A to B or B to A, and the rotating players can pick up the bomb. You can see that's happening right now. It's just trying to make things as safe as possible by taking that information. And it doesn't really give FPX any options. You can see there's just nothing that they can do at this point.
I wonder how many times Cloud9 will get away with floating Inferno as the third map now.
Bomb has been planted.
Now we've seen a performance so far on this game. The bomb's been planted, and Stavin doesn't have much to lose, neither does F-Tag. Well, no one really does with the full buy coming. How much do they have to gain? MOTM will run with the USP so as not to potentially lose a rifle. I love that little detail. And it's match point Cloud9, and plenty of them.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's a world where FPX can do anything here. We'll see if they can do it. I mean, it would be pretty epic if they find a way to write, a new chapter here, because it requires something pretty insane to change the narrative here. It's going to be 12 straight rounds to get overtime. 12 rounds in a row. I mean, it's possible. It's Counter-Strike after all, but given what we've seen so far, it's not looking likely. We've got the AWP on Cadian. He was the carry in the last map, and we can go into the game.
Into the game.
And okay, so there's the deep banana smoke. It'd be cool to see Cloud9 just maybe throw some nades through there, keep some presence. They may just actually commit straight into A here before FPX have a time to rotate a fourth player over.
Here's the balcony burst. Sonic having a look, free-firing everything, not seeing anything just yet, but Borup still in the pit. 4-on-4 as Floppy and MOTM get taken out, make it 3. Borup creating some space for himself. He can stand on the bike and maybe get something done. JT, though, looking for more revenge. And then there were 2, F-Tag and Stavin. One smoked off, one's creeping up lane. Numbers tied once again. Bomb not planted just yet. Sonic has grenades to deploy, but first we'll go for that bomb plant.
Bomb has been planted.
It's got a smoke to put towards that Moto position. OC keeping an eye on things. They know he's in the pit. There's a flashbang as well. F-Tag will avoid it, but Sonic will be... Oh, we got stereo frags for Cloud9, and that'll shut everything down. 16-3. A monstrous game of Inferno.
That was monstrous. That was just like a sit down and shut up moment from Cloud9 to FPX. Just after the first 2 maps, when I saw Inferno come up in that third map, I was like, ooh, I'm not sure about this prediction, but hey, you know what, Cloud9, they are really statistically strong on this map. We have seen it, James, from when they were 80K. This has always been a staple for them.
Yeah, from the beginning to the end, we saw the rise in Cloud9, almost slipping away on train. We got the elbows out instead of the fists there. And again, on Inferno, it was so interesting. I'd love to know why they went for train again. Historically, statistically, they're in the 30s, whereas it's almost 90s for them on Inferno. Maybe it is in the 90s after that victory. They floated Inferno, they got it through in the end, and boy, that was a complete wipeout. So the gamble paid off for them. Cloud9 so strong on Inferno. I can't imagine they're going to get too many third maps of Inferno after that performance. But again, you can see it's kind of night and day as well from the maps they need to work on versus how strong they are on Inferno, if given the opportunity as well. I mean, there are some questions about FunPlus Phoenix's performance on that map as well.
Yeah, I think you're completely right. I think we're going to see a lot of Inferno bans against Cloud9. I think if you can avoid it, if your map pool allows for it, you should really not. Don't tread the grounds of Inferno against them.
Some highlights now from Inferno. And these may be brief because it felt like the entire game was, and it was almost all Cloud9. JT starting off lightning fast and lightning hot as well on the B bomb site. He really racked up the kills quickly, and this was a really nice highlight. 3 glorious kills there. Snappy going for the 180, but FPX were never really in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I think, again, as I mentioned, I think that FPX, they had a lot of opportunities to play rounds out in a way which would have given themselves more options, more advantages. But even when they did go for these big site commits, like we see MOTM defending here, I think that was like a 2v5 or at times 1v5 for MOTM. So even in those spots, they weren't winning these positions of advantage that they should have every single time. So that just leaves a lot of question marks. You know, where is the breakdown there for FPX? They got to fix that fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely plenty of demo watching for FPX to do after the scenes here on Inferno. There's so much more improvement they could do. These are the closing scenes now.